Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
You know what's interesting? Most people rush right past the end of the month. They flip the calendar and they keep on going. But here's the thing, the end of a month is powerful. It's a natural pause, a quiet moment to breathe. So today I want to give you that pause. In the next few minutes, I'm going to help you gently reflect on the month you just lived through, notice what worked and what didn't, and use that awareness to step into the next month with a fresh start, without pressure, guilt, or big resolutions. And if we haven't met before, I'm Robin Schultz. I'm a senior home safety specialist, and for many years I've worked closely with older adults and family caregivers. I've seen how small reflections lead to safer homes, calmer minds, and better days. So let's slow this down together. When we think about reflection, a lot of people think it has to be deep or emotional or complicated, but it really doesn't. Reflection can be simple. It can sound something like, how did this month actually feel? Not how it should have felt, not how you wanted it to look on paper, just concentrating on how it really felt in your body, your mind, and your day-to-day life. Maybe this month felt busy. Maybe it felt heavy. Maybe it felt calm in some way and stressful in others. All of that counts. If you're a caregiver, especially, months can blur together. There's doctor visits and medications and safety concerns and trying to keep everything running. So let me ask you something. Did you notice any small wins this month? And I mean small. Maybe you finally cleared a hallway so it's easier to walk through. Maybe you added a nightlight in the bathroom. Maybe you made one phone call you've been putting off. Or maybe you rested when you usually would have pushed through. Even small things like that matter. Progress in aging in place is rarely loud. It's quiet and steady, and it's often invisible to everyone except you. Now let's talk about what didn't work. This part can be uncomfortable, but I want you to hear this. Noticing what didn't work is not failure. It is information. Maybe you tried a routine that just didn't stick. Maybe a safety plan felt overwhelming. Maybe you realized you've been carrying too much on your own. That is not something to judge yourself for. It's something to learn from. Here's a simple reflection question I like to use. What felt harder than it needed to this month? Sometimes the answer shows us exactly where we need more support, or a different approach, or to give a little more kindness to ourselves. So now let's talk about the idea of a fresh start. A fresh start does not mean starting over from scratch. It means starting from experience. You are not the same person you were at the beginning of the month. You've learned things. You've adapted. You've handled situations that you did not plan for. So instead of big resolutions, I want to focus on one small intention. Just one. It might be something like, I want my home to feel calmer, or I want to worry less at night, or I want to ask for help sooner, or I want to move my body a little more safely. That one intention becomes your anchor for the next month. And when you're making decisions about safety, routines, caregiving, you can come back to it and ask, does this support that intention? If the answer is yes, you're moving in the right direction. If the answer is no, that's okay too. You can adjust. I also want to speak directly to anyone who feels behind. If this month didn't go the way you hoped, you are not alone. Aging, caregiving, and staying safe at home are not linear journeys. Some months are about action, some months are about survival, some months are about rest. It all counts. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do at the end of a month is to say, I did the best I could with what I had. That is not giving up. That is not a failure. That is simply being honest. As we step into a new month, I want you to carry 3 things with you. First is awareness. You know more now than you did before. The second is permission, which is permission to go at your own pace. And the third is hope. Not the loud kind, but the quiet kind that says, I can make this a little safer, a little easier, and a little better. Because you can, and you don't have to do it all at once. So as you finish listening today, maybe take 1 minute, just one, and think about one thing you want to keep from this past month and one thing you're ready to let go of. That is your fresh start for next month. So thanks for joining me today. Please share this episode with someone you care about who could use the information to make their life safer. You'll find more resources for seniors and caregivers on our website at seniorsafetyadvice.com. And if you're searching for an Aging in Place specialist, please visit our sister website at aginginplacedirectory.com. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel or to this podcast yet, go ahead and do that right now. Then come back tomorrow for another daily moment of guidance and encouragement, right here on the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. Until next time, thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.